I just wanted to let you know that something bad has happened today at work. I thought I should be the one to tell you.
What's happened?
Well, I was just wiping down some tables and doing the general clean down for the end of the night when a guy came into the restaurant and pointed a gun at me. He demanded that I give him all of the money in the register, which obviously I did because I'm not about to lose my life over some minimum wage job. Anyway, after I gave him all of the money in the register, he left, thank goodness. But I had to call the police and the manager to let them know what had happened, which is when everything went downhill. Ironically, because you'd think being held in a robbery would be more traumatic than dealing with a manager. But you'd be wrong.
What do you mean?
Well, I called my manager and let him know what was going on. I thought he'd at least be a little bit sympathetic towards the situation and what I'd just gone through, but he just started yelling at me, telling me that I shouldn't have given the money over and that corporate would be incredibly angry with me over done. I mean, he was acting as if I should have given my life for a measly few $100.
Yes, well, managers can be like that.
Well, I just got incredibly fed up, so I told him that I quit. Right there and then. It felt so good to be able to say that, though. I didn't want to be in an environment where the people put money above someone's life. It just didn't feel good.
Really, Daisy? You couldn't just ignore your manager like a normal person?
Huh? That's all you can say? I just told you that I was a victim of a robbery and you're more bothered about me quitting my job?
Well, yes. I mean, you're not hurt, are you? And we need the money that you brought in to pay the rent. Sometimes you just need to ignore the idiots of the world and get on with your life. It's kind of part of the whole being a grown-up thing.
Being held up is not a part of the whole grown-up thing. And even if it does happen, the way that my manager handled the aftermath of it was not okay. He should have asked if I was okay, and then told me to go home to recuperate. Instead, he said that he would be telling corporate that it's all my fault that we lost money tonight, and that he'd make sure that I got in trouble for it. I am not going to work for someone like that, no matter how badly I need the money.
Well then, that's just selfish of you, isn't it?
What? How is that selfish of me? I just didn't want to be put in that situation again.
You're seriously asking me how it's selfish of you to quit your job? Honestly, Daisy, can't you do anything right? We needed the money from your job to pay the rent and bills and stuff. Now what are we supposed to do?
Well, not to sound petulant, but you are the mom here. My job shouldn't be the be-all or end-all of us living in our house. It was only meant as a way for me to save up a little bit of money whilst I looked for my own place to move into anyway.
Well, unless you have a huge stash of cash of money hidden somewhere, you won't be buying anything. You'll just be living homeless on the streets.
Huh? What are you on about? What do you mean I'm going to be homeless?
Well, I've been thinking it over for quite a while now, but now that you've quit your job, I don't see any particular reason for you to remain living with me. I mean, now that you're not bringing in money, I really have no use for you. Unless you get another job and start paying me for rent and bills and stuff, of course.
Hang on, I'm really confused.
Jeez, it's a wonder you were able to hold on to your job for as long as you did. I'll say this once, in a way that even you'll be able to understand. I'm kicking you out of my house.
What? Seriously? Why? You can't just kick me out. I'm your daughter. Aren't you supposed to help me in these kind of situations? Plus, I have nowhere to go. I'll literally be out on the streets.
Well, that sounds like a you problem.
How can you call yourself a mom when you're doing this to your own daughter?
Look, let's face it. You're a 20-year-old woman now, and really, you should be capable of looking after yourself. I shouldn't have to home you and look after you anymore. In fact, the minute you turned 18, you should have been out of my house. I don't want you here anymore, and the only reason I kept you around is because you were able to give me money. Now that you can't even do that, you're useless to me.
What?
Didn't you just hear me? You are useless. I don't want you around me anymore.
I just can't believe what I'm hearing right now. How can you be so cold and callous? You've raised me for the last 17 years. Does that honestly mean nothing to you?
I mean, really, I've missed out on so much these last 20 odd years because of you. I think it's time for me to take back my life and start living again. I honestly can't wait. But I can't do that whilst you're still hanging around. So you're going to have to find somewhere else to live.
I don't know what to do or what to say. I've got nowhere to go.
Well, like I said, that's not my problem. You'll have to figure something out quick though, because I want you gone by the end of the week.
The end of the week? That's in 3 days. How am I supposed to find anywhere to go in such a short amount of time? No one will run to me on 3 days' notice. Can't you wait until I've at least found a new job? Then I would be able to move out properly.
No, I'm not going to house a useless nobody. Regardless of whether you're my daughter or not, you're just going to have to deal with this by yourself. So, if I were you, I'd start packing as soon as you get back. And I'd do it quite quickly.
I can't believe that you're actually making me move out.
Yeah, well, that's life. Deal with it. Anyway, I'm bored of talking to you, so I'm going to go. Make sure you're out soon. Anything you don't take with you by Friday, I'm going to pack up and throw out. I don't want any of your junk cluttering my house any longer. Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Good. Anyway, see ya.
Hey, Frankie, are you free to talk? Sorry it's so late. I wouldn't normally message you this late, but I'm in kind of a desperate situation.
Hey Daisy, it's no worries. I was just watching a film with Tyler. What's up?
I don't really know where to start, but,
What's happened? Bad day at work?
that's only the half of it.
Okay, well, why don't you start from the beginning?
Right. Well, I quit my job at the restaurant today because I was robbed at gunpoint.
What? Are you okay? What happened?
Yeah, I'm okay. He just came in and told me to give him all of the money in the cash register, which I did because I value my life.
Good. It was the right thing to do. Places like that always have insurance to cover things like robberies, so the most important thing was that you didn't get hurt.
Well, I think you're the only one who thinks that.
What do you mean?
Well, after the robbery, I called the police and my manager to tell them what had happened. But all my manager had to say was that it was my fault that we'd lost money and that he would be telling corporate. I decided to quit because who blames the victim of a robbery? Then when I told my mom this, he decided that she no longer had any use for me as I wasn't bringing in any money that she could take off of me. So, she decided to kick me out of the house.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that does sound like an awful day. Are you okay? I mean, obviously not emotionally because that's a lot to happen in one day. But overall, are you okay? Are you somewhere safe?
Yeah, at the minute I'm at home. My mom, or should I say Sarah, as no actual mother would do something like this, has given me until the end of the week to pack up all of my things and move out.
But where are you going to go?
Actually, I was hoping I could possibly ask if I could crash with you and Tyler for a little bit. I know it's a lot to ask, and I wouldn't usually put you in this kind of situation, and you're free to say no. I don't want to force anything on you.
Whoa. Calm down, Daisy. Of course you can stay with me and Tyler. We both love you. I mean, you're like a sister to me. So if we can help out, then we are more than happy to do so.
Are you sure, Frankie? I don't want to put you or Tyler out. I mean, I'll get another job and I'll pay rent and stuff ASAP. Then when I'm earning again, I'll get a place of my own and get out of your hair.
Don't worry about any of that. You know I don't care about any of that. I'm just happy to help. Hang on, give me like 10 minutes and I'll get back to you.
Thank you so much, Frankie. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Hey, you do the same for me if the roles were reversed. Anyway, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Days, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Is everything okay? Or have you had second thoughts?
Huh?
It's okay if you have. I don't want to be a burden. So if you or Tyler don't immediately understand, I can find somewhere else to live.
Don't be silly. Me and Tyler were just moving some things out of the guest room so that it would be ready for you for whenever you wanted to move in. You could come over tonight if you wanted. I mean, if it helps to get away from your mom.
Oh, you are seriously the best, Frankie. I love you so much.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, you're more than welcome to come and stay with us for however long you need. You don't need to worry about moving out quickly or anything. We want to give you time to sort yourself out and figure out what you want to do and all that. Well, you're part of the family. Basically have been since the minute we became best friends. And family looks out for one another.
Thank you so much. You're seriously the sister I never had, you know?
I know, I'm awesome.
Definitely. Well, it's a bit late right now to come over, but I'll be over tomorrow. It's a bit late right now to come over, but I'll be over tomorrow, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'll see you soon then.
See you soon.
Hey, Daisy darling. It's your mom here. How are you?
Hello, Sarah. I would appreciate it if you didn't call me Daisy darling. We don't have that kind of relationship. Daisy will be just fine.
Jeez, no need to be all stiff and proper. It's only me, your mom.
Even more reason to be cautious? Why have you messaged me? You haven't bothered trying to contact me in the last 6 years since you kicked me out. Why now?
Oh, well, I just wanted to see how you were. Isn't a mom allowed to do that?
I don't think you can really call yourself my mom after you kicked me out. Although, I can probably guess what you...
What? I don't know what you're on about.
So, you haven't called me just to ask for money then?
No, of course not. I just wanted to say how proud of you I am. I saw the other day that you were in the up-and-coming businesswoman to watch, and I was just very impressed.
I see. And that's it? There's no other reason you wanted to talk?
Well, actually, there was one thing I wanted to ask you.
What was that?
You've got plenty of money now, don't you? And I just need a little bit to pay off some debts is all. So I think you can spare a little bit of money for the woman who raised you, don't you think? I mean, it's not like I meant to lose a load of money at the casino. I'm completely innocent in all of this. But the people who I borrowed money off of for the casinos think it's my fault that I lost it. Even though it's all the casino's fault, because they cheated me out of it.
Uh-huh.
And if you don't help me and give me some money, like 20 grand, then the loan sharks I used are going to take my house. I'll be out on the street with nowhere to go.
Well, that doesn't sound good. I mean, to be homeless so suddenly is a shock, right?
You have no idea.
Uh-huh. Apart from I do, because you did exactly the same thing to me. Exactly. But because I'm not a vindictive, horrible, and selfish person like you, I'll help you out. However, this is only a one-time thing, and after this, you are never to contact me ever again. Am I understood?
Yeah, I understand.
Good. I'll give you the 20 grand you owe the loan sharks. That should mean that you get to keep the house, right?
All my other expenses. I mean, I've still got bills to pay and stuff. I need money for food and internet and everything like that.
Well, that's why you have a job.
But,
What?
well, I just thought that being your mother and all, you'd want to help me out a bit more, you know? Take care of me and make sure that I don't have to work or worry about money ever again. You've got more than enough money to do that, and even then, you could spoil me a little bit. You know, for raising you and all.
Ha! Are you kidding me? I'm not going to do anything like that. You might have raised me until I was in my 20s, but you never actually loved me or cared for me. I had the bare minimum because you couldn't be bothered to spend any money you earned on anything I wanted. I had to go and get a job as soon as I was able to just have a little bit of money to spend on myself. And even then, you took like half of it, claiming that it was for rent and stupid things like that. Half of it, claiming that it was for rent and stupid things like that. I know you just gambled it away though, or bought yourself whatever you wanted with it. Let's face it, you didn't raise me. I raised myself. You just kept me alive because you had to.
Well, that's not true.
It is true and you know it. So you can either take the 20,000 and leave me alone forever, or you can walk away with nothing and leave me alone forever.
No. I deserve more than just a measly 20 grand. I want 50% of your earnings.
No.
Ugh, fine then. If you're going to be so selfish and horrible, I don't want to know you. Get lost. Forever. You've disgraced our entire family.
Fine. That's it. I won't be giving you any more money.
Huh? You can't do that.
Well, I've changed my mind. I don't want to help someone who is demanding all of my money. You were lucky that I was considering giving you anything at all, but your greed has just ruined everything for you.
But what am I supposed to do now? I have no money to pay my debts.
That sounds like a you problem. You just have to figure that out yourself.
Fine then. Can't believe I raised such a selfish child.
Really? I'm surprised I turned out as good as I did, considering I had a narcissistic, selfish witch for a mother. I suppose I just took a look at you and decided that I wanted to be nothing like you at all. Anyway, goodbye for good. I'm making sure you can never bother me again from now on.
You're so selfish. Honestly, just you wait. I'll take what you owe me. I'll end up with all of your money. I will.
Uh-huh. You keep believing that if it makes you feel better. Anyway, yeah. After telling Sarah off, I decided to block her on every platform that I had. I wanted absolutely nothing to do with her after how she behaved towards me. She tried to harass me quite a bit after that, but I simply got my lawyers involved, who told her to leave me alone or they would file a harassment lawsuit. Needless to say, after that she left me alone. As for me, my business really took off. I've made a lot of money for my company and I couldn't be happier. I make sure to help Frankie out with whatever she needs. After all, she is my sister. It just goes to show that for every horrible person in the world, there are those who want to share their love and kindness to help whoever they can. I'm just lucky that I was found by some of the best people out there.
Rebecca, are you there?
Hi, Kevin.
Where are you keeping your phone? I've been trying to call you all morning.
I'm sorry, but I've been busy taking care of your sick father. I didn't hear it ring. What did you want?
How's the old man doing?
Honestly, I'm surprised that you care. Or are you just pretending?
What do you mean?
You don't care about your father, just like your mom. Neither of you seems to realize or care that he's seriously sick. All you do is go from place to place, spending the money he dedicated his life to making.
My relationship with my father is none of your business.
It became my business the day you married me. What did he ever do to you and your mom to deserve such hate?
You do know you have bigger problems, right? Quit worrying about that sick fool and learn how to become a good wife.
Excuse me?
We've been married for 7 years. When are you gonna give me babies?
Probably the next time the supermarket offers them up for sale.
What?
That was sarcasm, you idiot. How can you say such a horrid thing to me? You know how hard I've been trying to conceive. Don't you care at all?
I didn't come here for arguments, Rebecca. I'm just telling you to focus on your own issues instead of trying to fix someone else's. Besides, we'll all be happy when he's gone.
My God, did you just say that? You wish your dad was dead? How could you say such a thing?
Okay, this is getting out of hand. I'm going off now. I just wanted to inform you that my mom and I will be going on a trip to Cuba.
What do you mean? Just you and your mom, or all of us?
Just me and my mom. We leave tomorrow.
Tomorrow? You guys clearly put everything in place without informing us. What about me and your dad?
Come on, Mom's always wanted to visit Cuba ever since she was a child. I just want to make this dream come true for her.
And what will happen to your dad while you're gone?
That's why you're not coming along. Someone has to take care of him, right? That's your job, so keep doing it until we return.
So, I don't deserve to go to Cuba? I can't believe you could be so selfish. Besides, why would you even travel when your dad is sick? When will you stop spending his money on clothes, cars, expensive restaurants, and start caring about his health?
Who are you to meddle in family matters? Besides, he's my father. That means his money is my money, so I can spend it however I deem fit. Anyway, I'm done with this conversation.
We are not done yet. We need to do something about your father. We need to send him to a nursing home. Kevin?
Hello, Rebecca. I got a call from my son. He said you were rude to him?
Hi, Amber. Trust me, Kevin was the rude one. He started it.
Did you just call my son rude? After everything we do for you?
Not sure what you're on about, but I'd like to talk about that Cuba trip. You guys are really considering leaving us behind?
Well, we only made plans for 2 people.
How could you do that? Don't you think your husband and I would enjoy traveling?
My husband is on his sick bed. He can't do anything. And as for you, you should be by his side taking care of him.
You should be the one taking care of him. For crying out loud, you're his wife. If anyone deserves to go on that trip with Kevin, it should be me. I am his wife.
How dare you compare yourself to me? I carried him in my womb for 9 months. Do you know what that means? Of course you don't. You are barren.
Even if Kevin says such hurtful words, you shouldn't do the same. Aren't you a woman like me? Besides, it's not my fault I can't conceive.
And whose fault is it? If you want to travel with my son, then give him a baby.
I really don't care about the trip. I am more concerned about my husband's dad. We need to take him to a nursing home so they can take better care of him.
Nursing home? Girl, do you know how much those places cost?
Maybe not as much as the cost of traveling to Cuba. I checked Kevin's email and I saw all the invoices. You guys are flying first class, you booked expensive hotels, and knowing you, I'm sure you'll eat in expensive restaurants throughout your stay too. So taking out some money to take care of your husband shouldn't be a big deal.
What do you know about money? If you are so concerned, take him to the nursing home yourself.
What do I know about money? Well, I blame myself for allowing you both to convince me to quit my job. Kevin? I've been trying to reach you all week. Why aren't you answering me?
Because I'm on vacation, silly. I know you're calling to say something annoying, and I simply don't want to hear it.
So you don't even want to know how your dad is doing?
I'm sure he's doing fine. After all, he has you by his side.
God, Kevin! So you and your mom are seriously having a good time over there in Cuba while your father is fighting for his life? And you won't even spend money to make sure he gets his health back?
Oh my god, will you stop already? You're just bitter because we didn't bring you along. Don't worry, I'll bring you a gift.
I don't want a gift. I want your dad in a nursing home.
We can't afford that right now. I told you.
But you can afford a boat cruise? I saw your posts online.
Stop stalking me, okay? And please, if you don't have anything to say, don't bother reaching out. My mom and I will return when we're ready. Rebecca, you there? We're done with the trip. My mom and I are on our way back. Make sure the house is very neat as usual. Also, I'm craving buffalo wings, so prepare them before my arrival. You know just how crisp and warm I love them. Mom also said that she'd like an apple pie, so can you prepare that as well for her? Maybe you can throw in some hot dogs and hamburgers as well?
Are you for real? Like, seriously? You've been gone for 3 weeks, and for the past 2 weeks, you didn't even call to check up on us or anything. And now you are reaching out to give me a list of chores to do?
Just because I've been away doesn't mean you can talk to me like that. You're just a housewife, so you do what I tell you.
You remember I was working, right? I quit because of the pressure from you and your mom.
Whatever. Just do everything I asked of you. By the time we get home, we'll be tired, so prepare a bath before our arrival, okay?
Well, just come home. We are ready for you. We have a big surprise for you and Mom.
Surprise? What does that mean? Rebecca? Rebecca, where are you? Rebecca, what's happening? Rebecca?
Can you stop burning up my phone?
What's going on? My mom and I just got home and there are strange people in our house. They're saying they bought it? Where are you and my dad? What did you do?
What do you mean, what did I do? I'm just a housewife, remember?
Don't mess with me. Tell me where you are right now. Where's my dad?
So now he's dad, not that old man?
Answer me.
Well, if you must know, he's in a nursing home now. He has been there for the past 2 weeks. Maybe if you and your mother had bothered to check up on us, we would have informed you.
Nursing home? Okay, but what does that have to do with the house?
We needed money to pay for the nursing home, right? So we sold everything your dad owns and we used part of it to pay for the first 5 years in the nursing home. We donated the rest to charity.
Charity? That was my inheritance.
Not anymore, evidently. Your dad got fed up with the way you and your mom were treating him. That time I messaged you in Cuba, he developed complications and almost died. I told you he was fighting for his life, but you didn't care. He got fed up and decided to teach you and Mum a bitter lesson. Of course, he got my full support.
Which nursing home is he in?
Like I would tell you. Also, I gave them a heads up that his son and wife might come to bother him. I suggest you stay the hell away from him. On a side note, you should be expecting a call from my lawyer any day now.
Lawyer? Why?
What else, silly? I want a divorce.
Rebecca! Rebecca, answer me!
What is it? You really need to be more polite when chatting me up.
What is this stupid document I'm getting from your lawyer? You want to take 50% of what I own?
Well, I deserve it, don't you think? Especially after everything you put me through.
Dad already took everything from me, and you want to take the little money and properties I have left? Right now, my mom and I are in some cheap hotel trying to figure things out. We're pretty scared. Don't you care?
Not really, no. I'm going to take everything from you, Kevin. You stole valuable years of my life, turned me into a nanny, insulted me while traveling all over the world with your mum.
I'll have nothing to fall back on. I'm already broke. If you go through with this, I'll be poor. How can I survive without my dad's money?
I don't care. Goodbye.
Hold on, I'm not done talking to you. Rebecca! Rebecca, are you there? Rebecca, please reply to my message.
You sure are polite. What happened to you?
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm not buying this. You and I have a court case, and we shouldn't be communicating. Goodbye.
Please, wait!
What is it?
I'm sorry, okay? I know now that I was a horrible husband to you, and I'll never be able to atone for what I did. Also, I was a terrible son to my father, but I'm a changed man now. I will never return to those things I used to do.
Aw, that's so sweet. But why are you telling me all this?
Come on, Becca, baby, I love you. The divorce is not final. We can still get back together and live as husband and wife.
Wow. You've not called me Becca, baby, in years. I still remember how sweet you used to be, back when we found love.
The good old days, right? I'll do anything to bring them back.
You can't! Everything changed when your father got sick. Before that, you were a good son, always heeding his advice. But as soon as he fell sick, you realized you could do as you wished, and gradually, you became this monster that is currently in my DM begging me.
Becca, baby, please don't say that.
You're right, though. You are a terrible son and husband. You will never indeed be able to atone for what you did. And that's why I'm going to take everything you have.
Rebecca!
Just so you know, your dad was the one who connected me with the lawyer. When she heard my story, she assured me I have enough proof to take whatever I want from you, and that is what I will do. If I could even take what you don't have, believe me, I will do so.
So, you will destroy the man you love?
The man I used to love, but with the way you treated me, I would be a fool to continue loving you. I am ready to move on with my life, and I suggest you do the same as well.
But how do I do that?
Go to Cuba to figure it out. Bye.
Hold on, Rebecca! Rebecca!
I eventually got 50% of everything Kevin owned. Kevin had to get a job and cut down on his lavish lifestyle. Amber didn't like their new lifestyle, but there was nothing she could do except complain. So they were always quarreling. They are currently living apart right now. My ex-father-in-law was in the nursing home for 7 years before he passed on. As for me, I got a well-paying job, and guess what? I finally found love. I am currently in the Maldives for my honeymoon, and you won't believe this. I am pregnant with twins!